A win by Islamabad United. Winning moment, winning six by Azam Ali as he punches the sky. Islamabad winning by 6 wickets with 32 balls to spare. It was a contest between Peshawar Zalmi and Islamabad United. Shadab Khan versus Babar Azam, and it was Shadab Khan and his men in red who came out on top. The match summary as it panned out: Peshawar Zalmi were put into bat, and after a blistering start in the first 8 overs, they fell to 156 for 8. Skipper there, top scored with 75 not out. Haris was good on top with 40. And in 20 overs, Islamabad United needed 157. They got it with 32 balls to spare. Top scorer for them, Rahmanullah Gurbaz, 62. Van der Dussen with 42. And in the end, they were victorious by 6 wickets. I summarize the points table as well. Multan Sultan, well, they sit on top. Islamabad United in second with 4 points. 2 wins to their name out of the 3 games that they've played. Quetta still at the bottom of the table. Hello and welcome to Pitch Side as we try and wrap up the show for this encounter. Islamabad United came out on top with 6 wickets against Peshawar Zalmi, and I've been joined in the studio with the star performer of the night, Hassan Ali, and also have Bazid Khan alongside. Hassan, 3 विकेटें आपने ली, बहुत ही बेहतरीन आपका कमबैक. अभी प्रेजेंटेशन में भी हमने देखा आप थोड़े से इमोशनल थे. उस इमोशंस के पीछे क्या वजह और अब कैसा फील कर रहे हैं?
थैंक यू सो मच. देखिए, जिस तरह मैंने वहाँ पे भी बोला था अवार्ड लेते हुए कि आई नीड दिस द परफॉर्मर्स, आई नीड दैट मैन ऑफ द मैच, एंड आई थिंक इट्स बीन 10 to 12 months मेरी परफॉर्मेंस उस तरह की नहीं थी. बट जब आप हार्ड वर्क करते हैं और जब आप अपने ऊपर बिलीव रखते हैं तो आपको कहीं ना कहीं पे उसका जो वो सिला मिलता है. तो आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाई I got a little emotional, or I really deserve this award and this performance. और जब आप इस तरह परफॉर्म करते हैं तो आपको अच्छा लगता है, आपको बूस्ट मिलता है.
बिल्कुल, आप इस चीज़ को डिज़र्व करते हैं और उस इमोशन की वजह भी जिस तरह से आपने बताया. बॉलिंग में वाइट बॉल क्रिकेट में पहले भी बात होती रही कि कुछ वजह होगी जिस वजह से आपकी बॉलिंग उस तरह नहीं हुई. किस एस्पेक्ट पे आपने काम किया है कि आज इतना अच्छा कमबैक हुआ?
वेल देखिए, जब मैं पाकिस्तान टीम से ड्रॉप हुआ तो मेरी परफॉर्मेंस अप टू मार्क नहीं थी. और यस, मैं एग्री करता हूँ कि जो न्यू कमर्स थे उन्होंने अच्छा परफॉर्म किया. और ऑब्वियसली टीम के लिए, कप्तान के लिए, मैनेजमेंट के लिए डिफ़िकल्ट होता है कि आप जो बंदा परफॉर्म कर रहा हो उसको बिठा दें. तो वेल देखिए, जो मैंने सोचा इन 6-8 मंथ्स में या 10 मंथ्स में, आप कह लें 1 ईयर में, तो यही सोचा था कि मैं बहुत सारी क्रिकेट खेल गया था. जब कम बैक हुआ तो कंटिन्यूसली क्रिकेट खेल गया था, ब्रेक नहीं था. तो आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं पे आपकी बॉडी फटीग हो जाती है. और फिर जिस तरह का ऑब्वियसली हमारा कल्चर है, आप अगर एक सीरीज़ अच्छी नहीं खेल रहे हैं या 2 सीरीज़ अच्छी नहीं खेल रहे हैं तो आप पे, आई नो ये बहुत हार्ड वर्ड है, बट दिस इज़ अ रियलिटी. और वहाँ पे फिर आप कहते हैं जी फुल स्टॉप हो गया और ये वो, इसका कैरियर एंड हो गया. तो मेरे ख्याल से बॉडी फटीग थी. और फिर बीच में मैंने अपनी फ्रंट लेग पे भी काम किया कि ये फ्रंट लेग जो मेरी बेंड होती है, ब्रेस नहीं होती. बट समहाउ वो हमें टाइम चाहिए था उसके लिए, कोई एटलीस्ट 8 वीक्स और 9 वीक्स. बट फिर मैं वापस टीम में चला गया एशिया कप में, तो वो हो नहीं पाया. बट ऑन अदर साइड मैं अपना हार्ड वर्क कर रहा था और मुझे पता था ना कहीं पे इंशाल्लाह मैं यहाँ से निकलूँगा, क्योंकि दैट आई नो कि मैं हार्ड वर्क करूँ. और जिस दिन हार्ड वर्क छोड़ दिया तो I don't deserve to play cricket.
बिल्कुल, हार्ड वर्क का तो कोई नेमोल बदल नहीं है. आपने आज 3 विकेटें ली और वो तीनों विकेटें हम देखेंगे. हसन, आप साथ में ये भी बता दें, when we have a look at these wickets, which one was your favorite because you were on fire?
I think the second one the best, क्योंकि बॉल जिस तरह थोड़ा रिवर्स हुआ, और second one I think the best wicket.
We had a fantastic time जिस तरह आपने बॉल कराई, 2 important wickets. फिर ऑब्वियसली जिमी नीशल जिसने पिछले मैच में पेशावर ज़ल्मी की तरफ से बहुत ही शानदार बॉलिंग की थी. बाजिद, आपने भी हसन अली को बहुत ज़्यादा फॉलो किया है. यू रेट हिम वेरी हाईली. व्हाट डिड यू लाइक अबाउट व्हाट ही डिड टुनाइट?
मुझे ऐसे लगता है कि जब हसन अली का बॉल पड़ के अंदर आए और वो स्टंप्स को लग रहा हो तब हसन अली मतलब बैक टू हिज बेस्ट है. अगर आप पुरानी मैचेस निकाले या आईसीसी जो वो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी पाकिस्तान जीता था, तो हसन अली का ऐसे बॉल पड़ के अंदर ऐसे खाने को पड़ता था. वो काफी साल हो गए, मतलब 1.5 साल हो गए कि वैसे बॉलिंग आज दोबारा ऐसे हुआ है कि बॉल अंदर. और जब जैसे ही वो बॉल अंदर आने लगा तो मुझे लग गया था कि अब अब ये हसन अली वापस आ गया, अब स्पेशली हमारी पिचेस पे ये अब पकड़ा नहीं जाता।
पकड़ा इसलिए भी नहीं जाता क्योंकि जो लेंस की आपने बात की हसन, जो खास तौर पे आपने दो बोल्ड किए पावल को और TKC को, उस लेंथ के बारे में आप कुछ खास बताएं, क्योंकि शुरू में बॉल फुल कर रहे थे इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड के बॉलर्स। आप जब आए और आपसे हाफ टाइम पे हमने स्पाइडर पे बात भी की थी कि लेंथ को थोड़ा सा पुल बैक करना, उसके लिए पीछे क्या प्लानिंग थी?
बिल्कुल, देखिए हमने स्टार्ट ऐसे ही किया था कि हम हार्ड लेंथ पे जो है बॉल करेंगे अर्ली ऑन। ऑब्वियसली रुमान रेस बॉल करते हैं, अगर बॉल स्विंग होता है तो देन वी कैन टेक चांस के हम अटैकिंग फील्ड रखते हैं। बट द वे हारिस प्ले, आई थिंक जितनी मर्जी देख लें ये दिल नहीं भरेगा इस बॉल को बार बार देखने। तो जिस तरह हारिस और बाबर ने खेले तो हम बैकफुट पे चले गए थे, बट वापस आए और जैसे मैंने आपको बोला था स्पाइडर कैम में भी कि इस पिच पे, क्योंकि पिच बहुत ड्राई लग रहा था कि बॉल आएगा नहीं, बट नया बॉल बहुत अच्छे तरीके से आ रहा था, आपने हमारी बैटिंग में भी देखा। तो फिर हमने बात की, इवन मैंने शदाब से बोला कि हार्ड लेंथ जो है वो स्टिल बेटर है, क्योंकि अभी पावर प्ले खत्म हो गया, तो एक ही चांस है कि अगर हम हार्ड लेंथ पे इनटू द स्टंप्स बॉल करेंगे तो अगर विकेट्स लेंगे तो हम इनको कम बैक कर सकते हैं। इवन कि शदाब ने मेरे माइंड में ये बात डाली कि हसन अगर हमें यहाँ पे विकेट मिलती है तो वी कैन कम बैक।
कमबैक तो बहुत ही शानदार किया। सेलिब्रेशन के पीछे क्या साइंस थी और क्या स्टोरी थी, वो हसन से पूछते हैं। हसन, ये चेंज कहाँ से आया?
वेल देखिए, मैं अभी मैं मिस कर रहा हूँ कि मुझे खुद करनी चाहिए थी सेलिब्रेशन, और मैं फिर बोलूँगा कि ये जितने भी हमारे जूनियर्स बाहर बैठे हैं, मुबस्सिर और अबरार, इन्होंने ये बोला था कि हसन भाई आप आज मैच खेलने अगर आपने आउट किया तो हम आपकी जगह पे सेलिब्रेशन करेंगे, तो आप जस्ट हमें इशारा करना। तो इसके पीछे यही था कि मैं उनको कह रहा था कम ऑन गेट अप एंड जस्ट डू माय सेलिब्रेशन। तो ये जो दिखा रहे हैं वही था, बट आई थिंक उन पे ऊपर कैमरा नहीं लगा, बट अभी मुझे रियलाइज हो रहा है कि मुझे खुद करनी चाहिए।
जनरेटर वापस निकाल लेना चाहिए था। बाजिद, इन टर्म्स ऑफ हसन अली, अभी आपने बात भी की जिस तरह से उनकी डेवलपमेंट हुई है, और आपको लगता है कि जब हसन का बॉल पड़ के अंदर आना शुरू हो जाए तो वो अनप्लेएबल हो जाते हैं, और आज ऐसे ही कुछ माहौल था।
हाँ बिल्कुल, रिदम वापस ही। जो दूसरा प्रेशर मैं इससे पूछना चाहूँगा, दूसरा प्रेशर ये है कि शदाब की अभी रिसेंटली शादी हुई है। अब आप सीनियर हो गए ना, अब आपने उसको बताना है कि इसको कैसे हैंडल करना है।
देखिए बाजिद भाई, वो मैं बताऊं तभी ना कि वो मुझे आके मिले,
नहीं लिफ्ट करा
वो हम इधर से जाएंगे तो वो भाई कमरे में, कल मैंने उसको कॉल किया कि भाई हम नीचे पूल में बैठे थे, मैं सो रहा हूँ, मैंने कहा अच्छा भाई। तो मैं तभी बताऊंगा ना कि भाई ये प्रेशर को हैंडल करना है।
आप कह रहे हैं कि इसको टाइम लगेगा, अभी
इसको टाइम लगेगा, अभी इसको पता चलेगा।
ये बॉयज जो हैं थोड़े से आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल हो रहे हैं, नई नई शादियों के ऊपर बात हो रही है, हम क्रिकेट के ऊपर ही बात करते, बट ये बात फहीम ने भी कही थी कि कहीं ना कहीं जो है, मतलब ये शादी को लेके काफी कंफ्यूजन है, ऐसा होना तो नहीं चाहिए।
नहीं, वेल होना नहीं चाहिए, बट जो बहुत करीबी दोस्त होते हैं वो कर देते हैं। क्यों बाजिद भाई, आप बताएं ना।
We'll continue to talk to Hassan Ali, and obviously he was quite wonderful. We'll continue to see him in action. Hassan, आपका बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. It was fantastic watching you tonight, and good luck for the next one.
Thank you.
We've had a lot of good fun with this encounter. Islamabad United all over Peshawar Zalmi. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this short break. Oh, welcome back to Pitch Side. I've been joined with a new guest, Nick Knight. Nick, you ran off somewhere. We had to go hunting for you.
I know. I thought I was on the next section. I just got my timings right. It happened when I batted a lot. I got my timing all wrong.
Well, what Islamabad United got right was their timing. First with the ball and then with the bat. How impressed were you?
Hugely. I mean, when you see a comeback like that, what was it, 60 odd off 6, something like that, and Hassan Ali himself going for 17 off his first over, I found it quite, I enjoyed listening to him in the interviews there with Baz, and it was quite emotional, wasn't he? Because I like to see that from a player who's played for a long time. It still means so much to him to go out and put in a performance like that. You know, it's easy to maybe think when players have played the game for a long time, it's just another game. That's not another game for Hassan Ali. That's a game-changing moment. And understandably, you know, Gurbaz and the way they went about the run chase was outstanding. But really the game was flipped on its head quite amazingly in 1 or 2 overs there by Hassan Ali. So, yeah, it was a really special performance.
It was indeed a special performance. He set the game up, but it was Gurbaz who came out as the master blaster in the run chase.
Yeah, he's very fast out of the blocks. That's why he's such a dangerous T20 player. And make sure that he gets into positions where he can attack. So he'll move around the crease. The short ball is very quick on it, but he'll be proactive with coming down the track and also moving around in the crease. That's why he's so dangerous and gets them off to scintillators every time almost.
Nick, Rahmanullah Gurbaz, he walks into the HBL PSL 8 first game. Yes, you could say that the total wasn't as big as Peshawar looked like getting at one point, but still to come out and do what he did, took the attack on.
Yeah, I mean, he did exactly what the coach and captain would have sent him out to do. It was my job when I was younger and playing the game. Go at 10 and over, 12 and don't get out for us. It sounds easy. It's damn difficult to do. He made it look very easy. Baz is absolutely right. I think, you know, when you sit and reflect on games like this, you look at the boundaries and you see the ball flying here, there and everywhere. And sometimes you forget to look at the position you get into to be able to do that. You know, we talk about bases and using the crease. He did it really, really well. I mean, he made it very difficult for the bowlers to bowl to him. I mean, he clearly has the power and the class and the skill, but I like the way that he constructed his innings as well.
Now, Nick, something totally unrelated, as you talked about yourself with the timing. There's a...
I dread it when you come up with these.
No, there's something on Twitter, Claudia. I think there's a celebration of Shoaib Akhtar's fastest delivery, and guess what? You were facing, and you just sort of tucked it away.
You didn't see my eyes, though. The eyes were closed. I was like something like this. Yeah, that was a long time ago, Baz. It was 2003.
But it popped up on Twitter today or yesterday.
Yeah. I mean, what you don't know is the ball before, I went to pull it and it went straight over the top of the keeper for 6. I thought, this is quite quick.
Reminiscing in old times, 100 miles out from Shoaib Akhtar, and what we are talking about is stat attack, because numbers matter. Yeah, he features in the stat attack. Rahmanullah Gurbaz, 24 deliveries for his 50, one of the fastest in the top 5 in this year's HBL PSL. Once again, Baz, it was him who set the chase up quite extraordinary. Like Nick is saying, it's not easy, and sometimes you forget because when the player is doing so well. What in particular in his game have you picked up on that makes him so effective?
Well, firstly, is when he's hitting straight, he stays with the shot. And once you have that shot, coupled with the pull shot, it is so difficult to bowl to him then because he has both of those lengths covered. Now, if you go short at him, he's very good with the pull shot. If you go full, he's going to hit you down the ground. Now, as a fast bowler, you don't have much to work with then because those two shots are covered. It's almost like when you bowl to Sharjeel, he's so good with the one pitched up and he just pulls it if you're fractionally short, and he's so dangerous when he's on song. I think Gurbaz right now is on song and is in form, and he's been developing his game throughout, and whenever he goes out to bat, he doesn't take a back foot step at all. May it be chasing 250 or 110, it's the same way he's going to bat. So the bowler is under pressure from the very first delivery.
And he also did put our stat attack under pressure. It was Rahmanullah Gurbaz. Right, we've got plenty of discussion still left in the show. Don't go anywhere. We'll catch you back after this break. Welcome back to Pitch Side, and it was Hassan Ali who took the game by storm, lit Karachi Stadium alight tonight with his 3 wickets, and he stars in our player of the match.
Well, it's a great night for him. It's also a great night for the selectors who brought him back into the side. We mustn't forget that. And, you know, he's had a tough time. He hasn't been anywhere near his best, and that's probably about the best of him, with the ball just coming back late off the surface. And particularly when your first over goes for 17, you're running in for your second thinking, geez, I hope it goes well. All the cricket that he's played over many, many years, you can see there from the celebration just how much it means. I love watching that, because that just shows how much he loves the game still.
Yeah, quite amazing visuals to watch again. Nick, obviously emotional for him because obviously he makes a comeback. In your opinion, what makes Hassan Ali so special?
Well, I think that ability, we were just talking a bit off air, Baz and I think that ability to bring the ball back late off any surface is an absolute, it's so difficult to face, isn't it? I mean, you're looking as a batter, you're looking at release position, are they trying to full and swing it, all that sort of thing. As a batter, you can sort of cover a little bit if you're in good form and watching the ball. What you can't really cover, however good a form you're in, if you've got enough pace and it decks back late, I don't care how good a form you're in, that's pretty damn difficult to face. So that would be his strength, and he's found a way of finding his strengths tonight.
Well, he certainly did show his strengths, but now it's time to head to switched on moment of the match.
Yeah, Islamabad United always are so good with the bat as they take any bowling on, and the power play was just when they took it on and took it off. So good that they almost knocked Peshawar out of the game.
They got 80 for the loss of 1 in those 6, courtesy Rassie van der Dussen and Rahmanullah Gurbaz, who completely decimated Peshawar Zalmi's bowling attack. Now, Baz, we keep talking about how important it is to finish games off. It is something what Babar Azam spoke when I spoke to him after the match, that they haven't been able to finish it off. Islamabad coming off a heavy loss, while they finished off their bowling well and their batting as well.
Yeah, Islamabad are always going to be very dangerous once that bowling clicks. Now, Qalandars are different, because once their batting clicks, they're very dangerous. Islamabad, once their bowling clicks, they're very dangerous, because you can expect them to chase anything down with the depth that they have. The most impressive part about all this is that normally when we come to the show, we just put our hands on the table and it's quite wet. There is absolutely no dew today. So the conditions haven't changed. It's just the ability of Islamabad United to be able to hit those big shots from ball number 1 to ball 120 that makes it so dangerous. So you cannot blame the conditions today. You cannot say there was difficulty in gripping the ball or anything like that. It was just a matter of them outskilling Peshawar Zalmi with the bat.
Yeah, they were absolutely exceptional. Now, Nick, Alex Hales to join Islamabad United. You talk about problems to have and good problems to have. How does the selection and the captain do this? Paul Sterling already missed out a game today. Rahmanullah Gurbaz come in with form. Colin Munro in form. Rassie van der Dussen in form. And I'd imagine Alex Hales walks into any 11 anyways.
Oh, that is a given. That's the only given I think we can say at this point, that he's going to have to play. How they reconstruct their top order, well, it's a good guess. I mean, Gurbaz clearly has made a great mark on the side. I'll be tough on him now. Paul Sterling's probably packing his bag now, thinking I might not use this kit for some time, because I thought he was a bit unlucky not to play tonight. I mean, he's a damn good player, but that innings from Gurbaz is making it difficult. I guess you've got to look at where Tom Curran fits into it. Whether you're looking at your 4 and does that include him? I probably would do that. I think he's still a good competitor, and I'd like to use him in my bowling lineup. So then you're looking at the top 3, maybe Munro, but that's a hard thing to say. I mean, I want to pick Munro as well. I mean, Rassie van der Dussen surely has to play. Good luck, I'd say. Good luck, selectors.
I reckon United will be very happy with the rule that you can only play 4 overseas and you have to play 1 emergent. So that sorts itself out. Otherwise, it'd be ridiculous.
Otherwise, it seems like picking a chit out of a hat. But now it's time to have a look at follow wickets. Yeah, the Peshawar wickets.
It all started when Shadab brought himself on after the power play. Till then, it all was going well. And then the off-spinner gets rid of the left-hander. And I talked to Shadab about this, and he said we're very reliant on data, and that's why we brought Hassan Ali back in, because the spinners had got wickets, and you thought he'd continue with the spinners. But then this sort of broke the back off the batting, the 3 wickets that Hassan Ali got. And after that, it was Peshawar trying to get something posted, but because of those consistent loss of wickets, it was never going to be enough. Even with Babar batting all the way through this run out, well, at the end you have a bit of chaos, but the wickets really fell all the way through.
Now, we keep talking about bowling attacks and how, in the context of the game, maybe 1 good over either side can change the game, and that leads us to our fastest delivery of the day. fastest delivery came from the Yellowstone. Arshad Iqbal it was. He clocked in 143.6, which was the fastest delivery of the day, and bowled an exceptional over as well. Right, we've still got plenty to discuss and chat about on the show, but it'll all be after this short break. Yeah, back on pitch side, and we've got stuff lined up for you still. Let's head into to watch Safe Hands.
Yeah, Shadab with the cotton ball is very good off his own bowling, so that was pretty simple for him. It's a big wicket though. He's trying to turn it leg side, a bit of extra bounce, but he closed the face too early. Shadab is never going to drop that. He's terrific. And this is Tottenham running around. Again, it's a safe catch, it's a good catch. But once it's traveling in the night sky and going quickly, it still takes some catching, so Pramkaran a good catch.
Now the game of cricket never complete without the fans, and they came out in numbers. Let's have a listen into their thoughts in Ringside View.
काफ़ी सैड हूँ मैं पेशावर का बहुत बड़ा फ़ैन हूँ मैं सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ पेशावर को एंड आई एम रूटिंग फॉर देम कि वो फाइनल में आए बहुत अच्छा स्टार्ट दिया था बाबर और हारिस ने वो आई थिंक फ्यूचर है हारिस हमारा मैं बहुत ज़्यादा उम्मीदें लेके आया था बट उसने अच्छा खेला थोड़ा सा जल्दी आउट हो गया एंड तक जाता तो हम 200+ हम क्रॉस कर सकते थे
मैं इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड को सपोर्ट कर रही थी क्योंकि मेरे फेवरेट प्लेयर शादाब खान उसमें और मुझे आज उनकी परफॉर्मेंस बहुत अच्छी लगी और हसन अली ने जैसे बताया आज उन्होंने कम बैक किया था और बहुत पावरफुल इम्पैक्ट था एलिमेंट था इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड के जीतने में
एक गलती बहुत वो सीरियस गलती थी कि बाबर आजम का किसी ने साथ नहीं दिया आज
रहमानुल्लाह गुरबाज जो थे वो ऑब्वियसली पेशावर ज़ल्मी के लिए आउट ऑफ सिलेबस थे
पेशावर ज़ल्मी के लिए सर यही मैसेज है कि वो अपने जो है बैटिंग लाइन को जो है और अच्छा करें और कुछ ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रन करने की कोशिश करें उनके ये है कि पावर प्ले में रन जो है वो थोड़े ज़्यादा होते हैं फिर बाद में जो उनकी स्ट्राइक रेशियो कम हो जाती है उन्हें ये चाहिए कि ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा रन करें और जो है विन करें
पेशावर हार गया कोई बात नहीं लेकिन अब अगली दफ़ा से अच्छा परफॉर्म करें और बाबर आजम कीप इट अप आज बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म किया आपने बट जैसा कि निशम की कैचेस ड्रॉप हुए उस्मान कादिर नहीं चल पाया तो दिस डजंट मैटर कीप फोकस ऑन द नेक्स्ट टाइम
Contrasting emotions because Peshawar Zalmi couldn't quite get over and Islamabad United did, and we'll just talk on Peshawar Zalmi and what quite went wrong for them. Nick, I spoke to Babar Azam after the match and he was slightly disappointed that they couldn't finish well with the ball nor well with the bat, and he was disappointed in the fielding as well. And it's at that stage in the middle period of the game. They've played for 1-2, lost 2, and they play Lahore Qalandars next. Where, in your opinion, have they gone wrong?
Well, you just didn't get enough runs. I mean, I get that as a captain. You can be disappointed with the fielders, you can be disappointed with the bowlers, but at the end of the day, where they lost it was that bit in the middle where we're talking about Hassan Ali. They got off to a flying start, so that was all, planning was good. You could see they were trying to use the first 6, which I think was fairly obvious with the nature of the surface that they were going to play on. So they did all things right there, and then just not enough runs sometimes. I mean, I know it's easy to be critical of bowlers, but the bowlers were really up against it there. I mean, that was probably 20-30 runs light of what was a good score there. I think one thing, don't panic. I don't think they will. Darren Sammy and Baba, I don't think they'll sort of deconstruct the side and start again. There's no need for any of that sort of stuff. They've got a couple of wins from 4 games. Just, I think the balance of their side is probably about right. Sometimes you just have to say, well, that was a really good spell. We weren't quite up to it. We can learn bits and bobs from it. I sometimes feel in this format of the game that sometimes sides just panic too much from a bad loss. Sometimes you just have to say, let's look over this in a constructive way and go a bit better next time.
Yeah, you're right there. They look an all-rounded side which has the good balance. But Baz, when you are 80 for 1 in something like 8 overs and you fall to 157, is there a concern with how they play their batting order, or is there something else that you would like to look at?
Look, you'd be more of a concern if they were 80 for 1 and then sort of meandered along for the next 6-7 overs and didn't go hard enough. You will have this. You will have collapses in T20 cricket. It's always high risk. But the problem is once you have such a major collapse, to come back from that, it is very, very difficult. It very seldom does happen. But you look at those players and you say, well, they took the right option. They were trying to attack and they got out. Yes, you'll take that on the chin and carry on. But you want to still be aggressive. You want to still be able to post that score. If they hadn't been aggressive, then they would have lost the game anyway. Islamabad United is such a unit, they would have chased it down anyway. So the only option was to keep going hard.
If I'm honest, I mean, Tom Kohler-Cadmo, I know him quite well. I've seen him play a lot of cricket over the years. You know, if you're looking at it purely from the resources you've got available, he probably should be in the top 2 or 3. But what I like about Zalmi, and I hope they stick with this, is they want to give Mohammed Harris a go at the top order. They want to give Saeem Ayub a chance at number 3, and that's right. So Tom Kohler-Cadmo comes in at number 4. I'm happy with that because it's a Pakistan Super League tournament. Look after your own players, give them as much chance to prosper and get better as you can. And if it means that perhaps Tom Kohler-Cadmo's not in his ideal position, which is not 4, it's not as simple as that. He'd much rather be higher, and he's probably better off for the team higher. But in this instance, I like seeing a team look after their players and help them get a little bit better. So I would stick with the same batting lineup for quite some time. I wouldn't feel there's any need to change.
Well, Nick Knight feels that Peshawar Zalmi and Babar Azam doing the right thing, sticking with the youngsters in the Pakistan Super League, taking care of its own players. But Babar Azam was under the pump, and let's have a look at Masalaydar moments. Yeah, he felt the heat tonight, first with bat when wickets fell around him. There you see just moments of frustration building on because he alone was left as the lone warrior and he was left to fend for Peshawar Zalmi, trying to get runs. They had the best of starts, but just then after, things didn't go according to plan. Well, he had his moments and he did touch on fielding as well, and fielding overall we've seen in this competition just slip at times. Even Jimmy Neesham tonight, it almost looked like he's a gun fielder, but the ball followed him around. I know catches win matches, but fielding has sort of been up and down in this tournament.
Yeah, if I'm honest, the fielding has not been the greatest quality in the whole competition so far. I know some sides have played nearly, 5 games, but and Baz is right. You know, sometimes it's not easy. I think Jimmy Neesham had a couple that were just pushing away from him tonight. But generally, and I think Azam Mahmood said before a game was played for his side, he said that's an area we are going to target because we think that will give us a little steal and march on some of the other sides. And to be honest, I don't think we've seen good enough. You know, some of the fielding can improve, absolutely.
Well, fielding can improve because it leads to points and points matter. So let's have a look at the points table. It's Multan Sultans. They have played the most number of games, 5, along with Karachi Kings. Multan Sultans sit pretty on top with a good net run rate and 8 points. Islamabad United pick up 2 more today, so they jump to 3rd. It is concerns for those 2 teams at the bottom, Karachi Kings and Quetta Gladiators. Remember, top 4 teams qualify for the playoffs. Now, what's lined up for tomorrow is another big contest. Islamabad United have less than 24 hours to turn up and repeat their performance for their sake. But it's Quetta Gladiators. They really need a win in order to get a go on in this HBL PSL 8. We will be bringing you live action for match 13 once again from the National Bank Cricket Stadium at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Right. Thank you guys for joining me. Just lastly, thoughts on tomorrow or anything else?
I just wanted to say, well done to you. Not been an easy night for viewers because Zainab's not well, but she's hopefully going to be back tomorrow. You've done brilliantly, by the way.
Thank you very much. Debut tonight.
She doesn't want Zainab to. She's liking it. She's loving it.
No, we need Zainab tonight. Thank you guys for joining me. It's been good fun. It's Quetta Gladiators and they take on Islamabad tonight. So Islamabad United. Just as I have been...
you were doing okay until that point.
Until that point, there comes a speed bump. Right, now, time for us to say goodbye and we'll leave you with some super moments.
लोग लिसन टीवी पे करें हम मैचों को व्यू सकता मुकाबला better be bringing the best of your crew दिल को पुकार सीने पे लिखा है टीमों का नाम we bring the heat up सुपर लीग का फीवर जैसे बुखार जीत और शिकस्त तो है मालिक के हाथ में ऐसा सितारे हमारे दोबारा छोड़ो ये फिक्रें छोड़ो वो हम ऊंची उम्मीद लेके आए हैं हम पूरी करेंगे हर टूटी कसम गेंद हवा में उड़ी सांस गई थम